Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy XIII walkthrough. We've got a couple more marks to take care of here. We're going to do, this looks like Mark 6. And this one is another teleport location. So once we complete this one, we'll be able to actually teleport in between this location here and the whichever mark that was there with Edemu, I believe it was the mark's name. I don't remember the actual location names anymore. It's been a little while, and I mean, to be honest, these location names are not exactly very easy to pronounce, so I tend to not memorize them. I shouldn't say that. I do memorize where they actually go, but the names escape me. This battle here, nothing fancy. We've already taken care of these enemies once before, but you know, I guess same strategy as the last time. Take down the little guys first, and then take down the maestro last. But yeah, not too difficult of a fight. We're coming up here very quickly on one of the marks. Actually, it'll be the mark after this one, or mission after, however you want to say it. But it's a very unique and I feel like very profitable farming location. So I actually end up spending quite a bit of time in this spot. And obviously, once I actually run over there, I'll really discuss, you know, why that is and what makes it so good. Right after I stand around for a while. There we go. There we go. Finally. I evaded the goblins a bit. I think after running by those guys a couple of times, I kind of figure out how to better evade them. But alright, so here's the next mark. Actually, this looks like the same exact fight as the one that we just did. Maybe with one more munchkin, right? So again, same strategy. Take down the little guys and then take down the big one. Alright, what do we got going here? Looks like I swapped to Decimation just to get some buffs up. It's probably not a bad idea. Obviously Haste being the top priority there, but it does look like these guys must be weak to Frost, so Saz buffs up or uses the Enfrost ability there to add the Frost property to our attacks. And that's that. So hopefully this ends up being a 5-star. If not, the good thing about this one, yeah, that ended up being a 5. Even if not, that wouldn't have been such a bad one though, because obviously the mark location is fairly close to the Seath Stone. And then I missed. What did I get there? All right, I gotta pause this and go back and look. All right, so a Fulman ring. I think that's another one of the elemental type accessories. So, you know, once again, not something that I'll be using much, if at all. Once again, that's another one of those accessories that actually, you know, and I still haven't completed all the marks quite yet, but I'm basically at the end of the game, but I still haven't equipped that at all. So I don't know. It's, you know, one of those, I guess, situational type of accessories where in certain fights I'm sure it comes in really handy, but not as much. not getting much use out of it. Excuse me. I'm not getting much use out of it. Wow. One of those days. One of those days of 4 hours of sleep. So I'm the commentary might have some issues because my brain don't work so good. Oh wow. I'm so terrible. Alright, anyways. Yeah, looks like feels like we just did this fight. Good stuff. Alright. We're back up to pretty consistent 5 stars though, so things are looking better. Things are looking better on that front. Because it's a battle. It's a battle to get those 5 stars. Man, and then after every single one of these, I just stand around. Alright, so let's head down into this area. I believe is there 2 or 3 treasure spheres down here? I can't remember right off the top of my head, but we are going to get them all as if they were Pokemon. For you Pokemon fans out there. It's still a thing, right? Pokemon are still a thing. This is 2015, but they gotta be around still. I don't know. What do I know? Not exactly a man of the times these days. Being that I'm playing Final Fantasy 13 6 years after it's been released, right? Or I should say, doing commentary for it. Typically with these Final Fantasy games here, I'll end up, playing them right away, just going crazy. And spending tons of time on them, and then I'll take a break from them for a couple of years, and then I come back and do the commentary, way later. But all right, so what's in here? What we got? What you got for us? Rhodochrosite. All right, so that's obviously another material used for upgrading accessories. Well, mostly accessories. I don't know if any of the weapons use that or not. I don't think so. But alright, I don't know why I decided to come up here and save. I think I must have been quitting for the day, but yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of CP there, so it's not like I needed to, cut out Crysarium time. Alright, let's see what else we have up here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's another treasure sphere up here somewhere. At least one. The Taxon here and the Noapsi. I would say that, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but the Noapsi here, I feel like they should probably go down first, just because they do have that miasma, or miasma ability, however you say it. And that can be kind of brutal. And then, and then in combination with these guys being able to do, I don't know if I'd say that they do that great of damage, to be honest. They really don't feel like they're a real threat, but boom, nice. Wish I would actually saw what or how much smite did there. I like how they like slow down the character though whenever they use the smite ability. So I don't know, it feels it feels more epic, I guess, for lack of a better word. All right. So that's that. Ooh, 4 stars. Womp womp, weak. It looks like there's a treasure sphere back in the corner back there. And wow, this is a big group of these guys. A preemptive strike would have been nice. But, I don't know, these guys aren't really, like I said there earlier, they're not that big of a threat. I mean, they actually, to be honest, they've got a really low stagger point. They do have a lot of health, I guess, but still, I mean, once you get them staggered, they're kind of, well, I don't know, yeah, look at this, they're still pretty, I mean, this guy's pretty beefy still. So I guess, I mean, to be honest, it's probably not going to be a very difficult battle, but they're just going to last a little bit longer. And wow, when did I stick Vanille in here? I don't know, am I losing it? Actually, this entire party looks different, yeah. Wow. I'm not real quick on the uptake apparently here. Yeah, I swapped out Saz and Snow for Fang and Vanille, so I guess we'll see if that's who I ended up going with for this, or for the farming here. I actually really don't remember. I don't remember who I was using. But yeah, I guess I decided to go with the ladies for a little while. Wow, am I really gonna retry this? No. This looks like just a short pause. I must have had to get up to do something. Oh, no, I don't. What's going on here? I was gonna say, man, that'd be surprising to retry after. I mean, we were well over halfway through the battle. Oh, and then I got, what is that, daze? Daze where it kind of just stops you in your tracks. Alright, oh my gosh, finally. That was a really, really long fight. Yep. So 3 stars is pretty weak. Pretty weak indeed. Alright. What do we have here? It's a wind scarf. Very nice. I like those. Obviously they upgrade into the Aurora scarf, which I feel is very worthwhile. I mean, to be honest, it is a complete upgrade. There's no downside to doing that. And then I just got the accessory finally for lightning, so that actually must be the 3rd accessory slot. And that's kind of one of the things I'd recommend doing for your characters right now. Now, obviously, so there's a couple of priorities. Number one, it's actually I would actually kind of argue that the roll crystals are probably the best, and then accessory would be second, and that's a fairly close second, and then kind of everything else. But oh, okay, so 3 spine horns, so it's pretty generic there with the organic materials. And this is the Mark mission that I was referring to earlier. Now this is Bituitus, and this guy is amazing for farming. He really is. I can't say that enough. It's just a great way to just stop or this spot right here is a great place if you're able to take him down, that is. And that's to just stop here and farm him and basically spam him over and over. The reason being is that his common drop is a tetratic crown, and his rare drop is the tetratic tiara. The crown is what does the critical It's basically called Critical Tetra Defense, I think it is. And that does the 4 defensive buffs. I think it's Protect, Shell, Veil, and is it Vigilance, I think, are the 4. Which is okay, but to be honest, what I like to do is upgrade the Tetratic Crown, you know, up to its star level, I guess you could say. And then I like to break it down, and that's going to give us some really useful items. Specifically Hermes sandals, and then the Hermes sandals can be upgraded into sprint shoes, and I like to do that for all my characters just because I like to have everybody with auto haste, and I really feel like that's a good way to go about it. Now again, I'm not sure if this is who I actually, or if this is the trio of 3 that I decided to go with here to actually farm him. I don't think so, though. I thought I had, I thought I was using Saz for haste, but I'm not sure. 11 bolts. That is a brutal ability. You have to really be careful with that. So that's the thing with this guy. Now he's got an insanely awesome drops, but he's actually fairly difficult for this point in the game, especially if your characters are not developed to the point that mine are. So, you know, again, you may have some problems here, but generally what you're going to want to do is have at least one of the really strong healers, either Vanille or Hope. I really don't feel like Lightning makes a good enough healer at this point in the game. So with the comment, or you know, with at least one of them, that should take care of your healing needs. Now, unfortunately, though, he is going to use this miasma quite a bit, and at some points it may not be actually a bad idea to go with like a double medic and 1 commando. I don't actually know what the name of that paradigm is there, so they actually lost this one. And that was because he used 11 bolt and I had was it D-shell on? And you know, once again, this is another really good example of why Lightning is not a very good party leader right now. She just does not have the HP that some of the other characters. Look at Fang, has 3,100. She's got like 700 more health than she does right now. So again, there's no reason, and I don't really know why I didn't switch it up. I think it was maybe just because I had forgot about it, but again, she's not a very good party leader right now, so pick somebody else. Pick either Fang or, you know, Saz or Snow. One of those 3 makes you know, a better party leader than her. You know, her, Vanille, and Hope are all pretty poor party leaders at the moment. And again, that'll change over time depending on you know, 'cause there's some factors that go into that. Mostly you know, you can always say like the character's power moves, but we don't have access to those right now. So again, use somebody else. Don't be like me, or I should say, learn from my mistakes. Anyways, all right. So let's try this again. Let's get buffed up. Again, unfortunately I didn't swap out my party leader here, which I really should have done. And the thing with Fang right now is I think am I using Fang as this synergist, or was that Vanille? I don't know. No, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. So good and bad thing about Vanille and Fang as synergists right now. Their buffs I think it's Bravura. So it's basically the upgraded. You can kind of say it's an upgraded version of Brave, or even like, I think it's called Protectra, something like that. Anyway, it's like, again, it's like the upgraded form of Protect, and then there's a version of Shell as well. And those are just they're gonna do a little bit more. So something like I want to say that a Protectra like raises your defense by 75%, as opposed to Protect only raises it by 25%. So they're better buffs, but they don't last as long. So it's kind of you know, kind of like give and take, I guess. You know, you win a little, you know, lose a little bit. And again, it's really just because of it's the duration. That's the only real detriment to those buffs. They're still good, but they're just not going to last as long. And yeah, this team, I don't expect I'm going to be using them for much longer because this doesn't seem very efficient. But we'll see what strategy I ended up going with. The reason why I left this in though was because I ended up getting the Tetratic Crown on the first kill. So I got incredibly lucky. You know, I don't know. I guess you know, that's not always going to be the case. But again, I feel like Bituitus is really worth your time to just sit and farm, get a couple of crowns, make sure that you can, you know, get sprint shoes for all your characters. And look at this, I even only got a 3-star. Still got the Tetratic Crown though, so pretty. I was actually really happy about that. I was like, what? How did I manage to pull that off? And then you get the R&D depot as a reward for beating Bituitus, and that's another online shop. So there's actually going to be quite a few really good items that you can buy from that. Maybe at some point I'll go over that, but I'm not really sure. We'll see how that all turns out. And then this, I'm not really sure what the deal is here. I don't know what that actually did, or if that does anything at all. But, I mean, it looks cool. So that's something, I guess. And then, I don't know what I'm going to do here. Run into this dead end, I guess. I'm curious, though, how I ended up farming Bituitus, because, like I said, this is... I don't believe I went with this trio here. That didn't feel like that worked very well. It felt like really clunky, so we'll see. And the other good thing though too about farming Bituitus, I mean, if you come back later, you know, it's still worthwhile. But I really liked taking care of it right now. I mean, we're here already. This is, you know, you're gonna get the earlier you get a bunch of sprint shoes for your characters, the more it's gonna kind of pay off. So, you know, again, I feel like right now is the time to do it. Unfortunately, though, that means that you do have to be able to take Bituitus down. So, you know, if you're not able to yet, there's some other things that you can do to get yourself prepared. Number one is actually just leveling or obtaining CP. And, you know, we'll go over some good spots. There's a really, really good spot on Archilt Step that I spent quite a bit of time on, and I'll actually point that out once we get there. But you know, I kind of wanted to stay here and farm a little bit more. So I'm curious how I ended up doing this, or who I was using. I hope I didn't. Oh, I did. I totally sold out and went with the Hope Fang combo. All right, so here we've got random instant chain. I'm not sure if Bituitus actually is immune to that or not, but I've also got the ATB rate plus 10%. I feel like those two combos are insane for lightning. And I'll actually go over that in a second here. Improved debilitation too, so that's the weapon I have equipped on her. She's just gonna be able to, you know, her debuffs will land more often. Hope's got auto Tetra defense and haste. Actually, I think everybody's got auto haste now. So this is actually quite a ways into my farming here. But anyways, this is what I've got equipped. Hope's got defense maintenance, you know, whichever weapon that is. It looks like I'm starting out in the Ravager Saboteur Synergist. Obviously, this is called Gorilla. Getting Bituitus slowed. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. That's actually pretty nice. And then he's got Curse on him as well. Hope is buffing up everybody with defensive buffs. And hopefully that will mean less healing that he has to take care of. Yeah, so I don't know about the whole auto Tetra defense. So that's the one big the big detriment to that Tetratic Crown and the Tiara. Sorry, the Tiara specifically in this case. Those buffs just don't last very long. If you notice there, it was only, you know, the first, and I don't know, don't quote me, but it felt like about the first 30 seconds of the battle. So you really got to be going, you know, through some insanely quick battles to make that worthwhile. And actually, so everybody's haste is wearing off now as well. I feel like that's still okay though. You know, obviously we're about 75% through this fight, and it's just wearing off now. So not too concerned about that. And before he's going to be able to take anybody down, or even if he does get close or takes down, hopefully, yeah, he's basically dead. So anyways, that's, I guess, the team that I ended up with. It gets easier as you get sprint shoes on your characters. Now, you know, if this team doesn't work out, you can try some other things, but I felt like that worked out fairly well, and that's kind of how I did it again. I started out with Gorilla. That's a good way to get those defensive buffs up, as well as getting him slowed, while Lightning gets that chain gauge built up. Again, I'm not 100% sure if random incident chain actually will fire on him, but that'll basically get him to the stagger point right away. And that's the cool thing about that ability. But anyways, all right, I gotta cut this here. So I hope this guide was helpful, and I hope you guys join me for more. So thanks for watching.